Thank you for sharing all of that. I do want to tell you, don't be ashamed. Don't think anything's your fault. You've said that quite a bit so far. It's not your fault. Really want you to concentrate on, you made the decision to leave that relationship and that environment for your children and for yourself, and you're doing so well with that. So let's focus on that. And before talking about that, you wanted to fast forward to when Logan was 13, or he is 13. Tell me about him.
I was just going to let you know that, at middle school, they have a lot of drama between the children. And, it's the kids, when they don't get along, they always like to go to the counselor, and then everybody can hash out their problems. It's a very typical middle school type thing. However, when Logan gets called in as part of this little drama ring, he will refuse to speak to the counselor. And she did call me, and she did say, Logan's not opening up to her and what's going on. And so I talked to him. I said, what is your problem? Why won't you talk to her? And he said, I will never talk to counselors. And I said, why? Because of what happened when you were 5? Come on, because I was always trained, get over it. And he looked at me and said, no, Mom, that was the day I became the worst son ever. We did have other counselors, like the woman I explained who was very direct and to the point. He really connected with her. He was only 2nd or 3rd grade at the time. And so I'm not sure why he would talk to her and no one else, except for the fact she was direct. We did have another male counselor, and, he wasn't that direct with Logan, so Logan didn't open up. So yeah, I would just like us to get together, kind of talk about, the past and how that's affecting our present and possibly our future, things like that.
Okay, and so when I meet with Logan, give me suggestions. You've mentioned be direct. Are there any other suggestions you can make for me to build a rapport with him?
I would definitely just be direct in why we're here. A lot of counselors that he's, tried to be with, they want him to bring it up, and so they don't really ask the right questions. They're waiting for the child to talk about it. And Logan is very perceptive. He's watching, he's waiting, and he'll say, I say things that they want to hear. Or he'll say, I didn't speak at all because I felt like I was interrogated. And he's not going to open up to somebody who he thinks is just there to analyze him and send him home. And he does need a relationship of sorts, but it has to be a straightforward relationship where on day one, it's explained very clear. Hey, we're here to talk about the things you guys dealt with. Like maybe ask, what did you deal with? Your mom says this, your sister says this. What'd you go through? And he might say at first, nothing, but I would then ask again, say, well, that's kind of odd if you lived in the same home, or, just really, really straightforward with him. He's kind of a no BS kind of kid.
That's very helpful information to just put out there, and to treat him 13 as an adult. I wonder if he feels like he's being treated as a child.
Oh, probably at times. That could be somewhat why he's a little pissy these days. So
13 is a hard age. Well, we are about done for today, but I do want to thank you for coming in and sharing your story. I know these intimate personal details are hard to go over. And thank you for your recommendations with working with Logan. I want to work together as a team to do what's best for him and you as a family.
Right.
And I really have taken away that domestic abuse doesn't have one face. There's no form that it's going to fit. Not everyone is going to cry, and not everyone is going to talk about it. But to really, and I will do my best to educate my peers and everyone I come into contact with to don't judge a book by its cover. You have no idea what they went through, what they're hiding. I really do want you to stay positive the best that you can. Again, it's not your fault. Don't be ashamed. And really focus on the strength that it took. You've said you're a strong woman. I feel like you know that, but really focus on the strength that it took and the love for your children to give them a better life than you had and that they were headed towards.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thanks for meeting with me.